All right, guys, we're gonna have to stretch this one now, right? What's up, guys? We gotta stretch it out because there's gonna be a lot of information here I gotta talk about in this video, right? So, what's up, guys? Welcome back. It's your boy D. Welcome back to D's Daily DD, right? So, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. This is my opinion for a lot of these things and a lot of facts that I just find a lot of data in the public eye, right, that I just bring together for y'all and I collect and I give you my thoughts on it, right? So just take it as entertainment or educational purposes, all right? So yeah, sorry I haven't been able to make a video the past couple days. I've been pretty busy. My schedule has been pretty busy, all right? So today, though, I do have a chance to make this video, so I want to make sure I come back and, update y'all. But today, I'm going to talk about some AMC stuff. I'm going to talk about some BBIG stuff, and I'm going to talk about some Lucid information, all right? So you don't want to miss this, guys. Like, it is important information, and I just want to give you the cool, calm, and collected view. It's been a pretty bad week, I know, overall in the market. Unless you had puts, right? If you had some heavy puts, you made some big money, right? But right now it's kind of like more of a, in my opinion, just a professional trader's world. You have to really know what you're doing because these things are moving fast, right? And I'm talking about the SPY. I'm talking about, all the indices. I'm talking about the Dow. Like, one day it's up 1,000 points, one day it's down 1,000 points, the Dow, right? So that's insane volatility. So if you're a new trader, man, you really have to be careful, all right? And yeah, so if you're going long, I know it's been pretty tough if you're holding, right? But I'm right there with you guys, right? I still got BBIG shares, Lucid shares, AMC shares, right? So I'm not sweating it. So yeah, let's jump into this information because I do want to break it down for y'all. So let's do it. If you haven't subscribed yet, guys, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, right? Get this information out. I know there's a lot of apes in BBIG as well, right? So that's why I want to update y'all on that. So today, though, let's just start off with AMC over here. And the chart is absolutely looking disgusting, right? It's not looking good. If you're going long, if you're looking for the price to move up right now, it's not there, right? It's going down. So I had to draw out the next support line and just, I'm in the long term, do I believe in the squeeze? Yes. Short term, do I think it still has room to go down? Unfortunately, yes, because of what's going on in the overall market, right? So until we see, some margin calls, collateral checks, or, some new information about the investigations, there's nothing really there that's helping us. But next week we have earnings. And typically after earnings, right, a week or two after, we go up in price. Like, here was the last earnings. You had a dip, and then what happened? We had a rip after that, right? So just looking at that, we could possibly be, in my opinion, in this part right here, it's just that this is taking longer because the volume is so dry, right? We need more volume in order to move it. So I don't, it's hard to say. Nobody knows what's going to happen. But we could, of course, see the reversal coming up here soon, right? To where we start to make moves up and then go down, right? So that's what's going on with the chart. We're under the EMAs, right? I mean, if you bought puts up here, hey, you made some money, right? But I know the apes are not doing that. They're all about the shares. They're about holding until the shorts cover, right? So yeah, just want to show you guys that. But what I always want to point out, guys, is that AMC is part of the market, right? And like, I'm going to show you this. This is what? Red box. Okay. Look at how long and down this went. And then you had a major sell-off. It was just stagnant. And then one day you get what? You get a pop, right? Out of nowhere, start going. And then guess what? A pop. And then before you know it, it's at $11 when it was at $1.81, right? From the low to the high. So that's just another example. Here's a BBIG. Oh, that's the wrong chart over here. So BBIG, I'm not going to get into details, but I just want to show you on the chart, like what can happen, right? You have a stagnant, stock, and then what happens? News comes out, or the shorts cover, or, there's a lot of buying pressure that comes in and it shoots up, right? So it's not, you don't have to be too worried. And what I'll get into BBIG right now, but I just want to remind you guys that, AMC is part of the market. It's going to do things that are, possible in the market, right? Which a price can shoot up out of nowhere. Look at what happened with BBIG. It was after hours, right? Okay, here right now, this is just horrible, right? For the calls, only 927 calls in the money. They have a low amount of shares, but they haven't needed to print more, right? Have you noticed, like, they don't have like 1 million or 2 million? They kind of just used what they had when they usually print more, right? The fee doesn't change, which is random, right? And then the options chain, this is looking really weird, but on June 24th, it says there's only 316. But on June 17th, there's 164, right, of open interest right now, right? So that's all I really got for AMC, guys. We're gonna wait till next week, right, to see what happens with the earnings report, and so we can get an update and so on. I know the apes aren't leaving, even though the price is going down. It's just a buying opportunity, right? You know, what I want to know is if it goes under $10, guys. I'm not saying it will, but hey, if it does, are you gonna step in and buy more? You know, we'll have to wait and see, right? But anything can happen, guys. Just you gotta stay focused. Yeah, with AMC, if the price were to get low enough to where it'd be tempting for the shorts to cover their positions, guys, that's also a good thing, right? So always have to look at the good side of things. That, you know, they're messing with your mind because they keep making the price go down and down and down. But you don't lose until you sell, right? Like, so, you know, just keep holding strong. That's what the plan is. Buy and hold, right, until they cover. But yeah, let's move on, guys, to the SPY. Absolutely, you know, disgusting action in my opinion on the SPY. It's been you know, a fake pump was brought up here, and then it just fell apart, right? As we go out, zoom out, I'm gonna go to the daily chart here. I had just drawn this support line, and now it's barely hanging on to this support line, right? If it goes under here, you know, you're gonna start to see more downside, right? Because of the fake money that was pumped in, not the fake, but the money that was printed. There was a lot of liquidity. Liquidity is drying up, right? So a lot of things are going down because they're starting to get back to, you know, they're more average price than all the inflation and all the money that was printed and pumped into the market from last year, right? So that's what's going on, I think, in my opinion. If, you know, things level out next week, because we got the news this week about the interest rates. If things calm down, then it'll probably just start to trade in this channel, right? But the way it's been trading like this, you might just get another bounce up here, right? Like, we'll see if it stays within this bigger channel, all right? But that's what I'm looking for. If not, guys, then it's bad, and it's gonna go down to 400 at least, right, to test that line of support. Okay, so we're gonna get into BBIG. I do have some information on it. The reason it jumped up yesterday, right? Like, what happened in after hours? It's because they released some news that is new news, but it's not new news because this is what people have been waiting for, right? For this split, like since like a few months ago, 6 to 8 months ago at least. This is I'll show you on the chart what caused a lot of these jumps, right? When there was like rumors and they were like, oh, they're gonna drop the dividend, the Cryptyde, right? So let's go over this. So BBIG, Digital Media and Content Technologies Holding Company, today announced on that May 18th has been set for the record date of the dividend of shares of common stock of Cryptyde, right? So that's the spin-off, Cryptyde, to be distributed to Venco Venture shareholders in order to effect the separation of Venco and Cryptyde into two independent publicly traded companies. Each Venco stockholder as of record of the close of the business day on May 18th will receive on the distribution date 1 share of Cryptyde for every 10 shares of Venco common stock, right? So for every 10 shares of BBIG that you have, you're going to get 1 Cryptyde. The share dividend is expected to be distributed to the BBIG shareholders on or about May 27th. Following the separation, Venco stockholders will also receive cash in lieu of any fractional shares of Cryptyde common stock that those holders would have received after the application of the 10-to-1 distribution ratio. No action is required, right, by the BBIG shareholder in order to receive the shares of Cryptyde common stock in the dividend distribution. In connection with this separation, Cryptyde has filed a registration statement on the Form 10. Form 10 contains further information regarding Venco's plans for a tax-free spin-off, right, of Cryptyde as a publicly traded company, including the conditions to completion of the separation. And the Form 10 has not been declared effective yet by the Securities and Exchange Commission. After the separation, Cryptyde common stock is expected to trade on the NASDAQ capital market under the stock symbol TYDE. And Venco will continue to trade on the NASDAQ capital market under the stock BBIG, right? So nothing changes there, but there's some dates for you. That's what the news broke, and that's what caused the run up. Now I'm going to switch over, like, talk about some short interest, right? So BBIG sitting at 15.47 short interest, 2 days to cover. And let's see, in the dark pool, right, they got about 2.4 million shares off exchange, which is about 47%. And just want to point some things out here, right? So according to this, 0 shares available. This has been going on all day, right? That's why they haven't been able to shoot the price all the way down. and the fee is in 33.76, right? Has been the fee. Cool. So I just want to point that out. Let's go here. BBIG, guys, it's in my opinion, guys, it has been heavy manipulated, a lot of corruption going on. It's no stranger to FTDs, right? Look at all this red for months, right? January, almost 2 weeks here of red, of failures to deliver, right? And in my opinion, it's because what they do when they don't want the price to run up, they're going to take retail's orders and they're going to put them through the dark pool, and then they're going to create FTDs that they can cover later, right? In order to keep the price from shooting down, because you have from shooting up when you have a retail coming in and buying all the orders, right? And buying shares. So we have to wait and see. They don't have any crazy red days here, but I'm sure today, I think they were creating a lot of FTDs, and then they're just going to cover them later, right? Or they can also, they have up to 2 days because it's T+2 in order to, send the order through. The volume, I'm sure, is recorded. I think the volume's recorded. They can't really mess with that, but your order is not necessarily being put through right away when you order off, Webull or Robinhood or, all these retail apps. All right, so this is what I'm paying attention to. I'm not a long-term BBIG investor. Like I'm kind of treating it like a swing. Like if it gets a huge pop, right, like I'm gonna be looking to sell, right, a certain number. But I'll break that down to you right now. So BBIG dark pool routing still rising 60%. Has been normal here early in the day, but it should have dropped back down by now. It ticked up higher every time I check. This is crazy high for the point of the day. So right here, BBIG 60% off exchange, right? Because the volume is really, really high today. So we can go look at the chart. Yeah, I think the volume's over 100 million today, right? I think it might be around 125 million, 126 right now. We got a few more minutes. Let's see what time it is. We got 3 more minutes, right? So I'm looking for it to close above $3. And it's at 325 right now, right? And the reason I'm looking for it to close above $3 is because of the options chain. I'm going to show you right now the options chain is freaking heavily loaded. But you had the huge pop in after hours, then it just settled down, and they were able to make it go sideways today. To me, that's insane. Like how they were able it was algorithmic trading, right? The computer that just kept it, within this channel. Look, it just bounced, right? But $3 is crucial, all right? And I'm expecting a run like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, with more volume. We're gonna have to see more volume come in. But let's zoom out here to the daily. These are the channels, right? Previous channels. So I expect resistance at $5, at $8, and then at $12, right? It's 12 would be heavy because it's the all-time high around there, right? So this is what I'm paying attention to on the daily chart. We just got the super trend. Here's the green arrow. It's pointing up, right? So it was in this down for a while. It just turned, okay? Volume's in, and it came from this low of 218, right? We're at 3. It hit over $4 in the after hours yesterday, right? So check this out. So yeah, you had the huge push recently, and like I was saying, it's because we were thinking, that TYDE was going to be dropped. Like when you see these big runs, it was because of the rumors. This was just a heavy, short play as well. A lot of buying pressure came in. But BBIG, it runs hard, right? When news comes out, and now that we actually have the date, and we have the information, we have to wait and see. But the volume's there, not as much volume as here, right? You see the top of this right here. It could still see more volume. The RSI is going up, right? So I'm expecting some bullish moves next week, because the market should kind of settle down a little bit now that it knows the interest rate hike, right? So yeah, just wanted to show you guys the chart here, but let's jump into the options chain. And this is the reason why I think this could potentially cause a gamma squeeze, right? You see here at $3, you have 33,000 open interest right here, right? So, and then a 14,000. So that's over 3 million shares just right here alone that they need to cover, right, for next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because these are in the money. So that means people can exercise them if they want, and you collect the 100 shares, buy the 100 shares for the $3 price, right? Because if this starts running next week, that's the benefit of having the option in the money. So yeah, not many puts right here at 3, so everything here is worthless. But the calls, I'm very, very interested in. I'm actually surprised that they had these hedged for today. I thought we would start to see maybe 450. We can still see some action in the after hours, though. Of course, the volume is heavy. All right, so that's what I'm paying attention to. There's not a lot of volume next week on the options chain. This is for, yeah, next week. We got 2,000, 1,000, right? So not like this week, but of course the volume could come in next week for the options chain. And look at the percentage changes. I mean, these are huge gains, you know. Whoever had these and knew about these, 2,300% change in profit, right? Nuts. All right, guys, let's just, go over Lucid. This is the last thing I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna just touch on the important things. There's a lot of noise out there for Lucid, but like I said, I'm a long-term investor and I'm just trying to scoop up shares, right? In the meantime, because this is actually, good news in my opinion. I'm a shareholder. I like what they're doing. I know it's at a slow pace, but let's break it down. So Q1 revenue of 57.7 million, driven by customer deliveries of 360 vehicles in the quarter. Strong demand with more than 30,000 customer reservations as of today, reflecting potential sales of 2.9 billion. Production volume outlook for 2022 remains on track so they're, in their opinion, they're on track. 12 to 14,000 vehicles, announces new pricing effective on June while honoring current pricing for all existing reservation holders, right? So they're setting new standards with the longest range, fastest charging electric car on the market. Today announced financial results for its first quarter of March 31st. They reported revenue of 57.7 million. The company reported strong customer demand for the Lucid reservations, now exceeding 30,000 reservations, reflecting potential sales of 2.9 billion. They're on track, right? And they closed the quarter with 5.4 billion with cash on hand, which is expected to fund the company well into 2023. Lucid also announced today revised pricing across most models. Beginning June 1st, 2022, Lucid will honor current pricing for existing reservations as well as many new reservations, right? So they are raising the prices because of the supply chain, right? Because they need a little more money to keep going, right, and to fund the business, okay? But obviously the demand is there. They can't even keep up, right? So they have more demand than they do supply right now. But I think in a few 2-3 years, once they get going, they'll be set. We'll see some better numbers with that, right? But still a new company, guys. It's a baby. Like I said, the chart, we had a fake pump, hit 20, got rejected, came back down, but it did find that support here, and it's making a little bit more of higher highs and higher lows. So we'll see if we can get a reversal. Didn't get much price action yesterday after the earnings, right? People kind of were like, okay, it's kind of expected. Nothing dramatic happened, right? So looking for it to start making its way back up to test the $20 area here, like I said. But we all know the market, is kind of shaky right now. The economy as well, right? So yeah, Lucid has lost a lot of value, but to me, it just presents a buying opportunity. Because normally, right, what happens is charts, tend to fill each other. So like fill the gap, like should come up here eventually at some point, right, in the future, in my opinion. Again, so those are my thoughts, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Just want to, hope you wish you a great weekend. Thanks for stopping by. Hope this video helped, right? Let's see what happens next week. Hopefully things can mellow out or we start to see a little bit of a reversal because we have the new information. But remember, rates are going up, so money's more expensive, to borrow at least. So in my opinion, that's good because for like AMC and GME and all these highly shorted stocks, the fees will probably go up, guys. So, hang in there, stay focused. We're diamond handing this. The price can go down until whatever. And then, we're not selling until we see that squeeze, until we see that price that we want to sell at, right? So, all right. Wish you a good weekend and catch you guys later. See you on Monday. Peace.